Springdale Public Schools would like to thank the following sponsors: McLarty Daniel, Wycart Griffin, Sam's Furniture, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, Tyson Foods, and Explore Springdale.
All right. At this time, I would like to welcome, can you hear me? All right, at this time, I would like to welcome everyone to our 4th grade Veterans Day Assembly. Today's assembly is a special one because we're here to honor all of the veterans that have served in any war or in any capacity for our country. So at this time, I would like to introduce you to one of our students. This is Jude HAR-BER, and we're going to start our assembly off with the Pledge of Allegiance. This is Jude, and together we're going to lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance. I need everybody to stand up. 4th grade, stand up. And pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, you may be seated. We have 2 special guests with us today that are related to Jude HAR-BER. We have Thomas HAR-BER, which is Jude's dad, and we have David Penny, which is Jude's grandfather. Jude's going to introduce them to you.
This is my daddy. He's in the Marine. This is my grandpa. He's in the Air Force.
Thank you very much. How's everyone doing today? Good, good. Well, first and foremost, before I get this started, I want to say thank you to all the veterans that are here in attendance today, and obviously thankful for what they've done and the part that they've given to our country. So does everybody know what a veteran is? Who knows what a veteran is? Let's go you. A veteran is somebody who gave the time to serve their country, to show that they were in support of our constitutional rights, and to give their time and their freedoms to make sure that we all have everything that we need, right? Very good. So who knows how to be thankful for our veterans? Let's see. You. What do you do when you're thankful for a veteran? You're thankful for your mom. Very good. So we thank our veterans, and I know I don't speak for everybody, but our veterans don't go out and they don't seek to be thanked, because we did this on our own. We made that decision to go out and protect our country and to serve. But if you were to simply walk up to one and just say, thank you for what you've done, maybe give them a handshake, a high five, some of them like high fives, or maybe a hug if they want a hug. Okay? And you know, we're all very appreciative of the things that you do, because if it wasn't for all the kids here and all the kids in the world and all the people in the world, there wouldn't be us veterans out there to protect all of them.
Good morning, kids. Thank you for inviting me here today. And Walker staff, I appreciate you inviting me here, because every year you have a great celebration for the veterans, and I really appreciate that, and keep up the good work. I joined the Air Force about 40 years ago, and as you heard, Jude's father is a Marine, and what you may not know is Jude's grandma served in the United States Navy, and his grandpa HAR-BER served in the Army. So you can see there's a rich heritage of military service in Jude's family. Thank you very much. And I find it an honor to have served my country and to serve in the Air Force. And I want to start out by acknowledging the veterans here. If you will do me a favor, if you've served, would you at least stand up, please? And kids, look around at all these that have served. Because those are the people we want you to thank at the end of this assembly. And for you kids, how many of you out here have a family member, mother, father, or brother, sister that serve? Raise your hand if you have a family member. Look at that. Look at all these veteran families. Because when someone's serving in the military, the entire family serves. And like I said, I find it an honor to serve because it's because of our veterans that we have the freedoms that we do in our country today. We have more freedoms in our country than any other country in the world. Do you know that your mom and dad may have voted for the last president? Do you know that? And do you know that some countries, they don't let you vote for president? How would you like that if I told you you can't ever vote again? You can't vote. Did you vote for some kids in your class one time? And what if I told you you could never vote again? And even if you did vote and you didn't like who was in office, what if I said, if you say one bad thing about them, you're going to jail? And I'm saying that because that happens in countries in the world today. You don't get to vote for the president, and then if you say anything bad about your leader, you go to jail. If that happened to the people that said bad things about our leaders in this country, we'd all be in jail. So it's very important that we acknowledge our veterans because they bring us the freedoms that we have, that we can vote for president, we can vote for governor, we can vote for mayor, and then if we don't like it, we can say, hey, I think there's a better way to do things, and we can offer suggestions to make changes. And most of all, in our country, we have the freedom to go to any church we want to and worship God. And again, in some countries, you go to jail for doing that. So that's why it's very, very important to recognize our veterans and to thank our veterans. So when we get finished here, I want you to get up and recognize these veterans and go thank them for their service. And whenever you see a veteran, not just on Veterans Day, but any day of the year, when you see a veteran, thank them for their service. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you both very, very much. Appreciate you all being here. Proud of your service. We have now our fourth grade students directed by Miss Henry, and they're going to present their program to you.
We welcome you to our concert today. Our hope is that you truly hear what we say.
Whether word or in song, our desire is strong to honor our country, those who gave.
The heart of America is freedom and choices. As young Americans, we will raise our voices,
proclaiming our pride and the love that's inside, drowning out all the negative noises.
America didn't just happen to be, it began because there were men who could see.
A declaration was made.
A declaration was made. Many lives that have paid for us to be living in a land of the free.
Whether at a ball game or patriotic celebration, we pledge allegiance to the flag of our great nation.
Old Glory is her name, may we proudly proclaim and be thankful for the red, white, and blue creation.
Stars on a field of blue.
The color white represents purity and innocence. The color blue represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice.
Those who serve or who have served have answered our nation's call, mindful that freedom is not free, making the sacrifice for all.
We honor you today. Thank you, we say.
We honor you
and
today.
our voices ring
Thank
out
you,
your
we say.
tribute throughout
And
the
our
halls.
voices ring out your tribute throughout the halls. believe America is great as we choose love and turn away from hate. No pointing fingers of blame because that is so lame. World-changing generation will be our trait. World-changing generation will be our trait. We sang a few songs and said some words too. We hope you know that our hearts are so true.
You deserve so much more. Please don't walk out the door without knowing how very thankful we are to you.
A is for all of us walking hand in hand.
M is for military, protecting our land.
E is for endurance. We will keep going strong.
R is for responsibility. We will admit when we're wrong.
is for ideals, the dream for our nation.
C is for Constitution, our country's foundation.
A is for attitude, a positive one is a must.
Put it all together.
America, that's us!
All right, let's give fourth grade one more big hand for their awesome performance. Thank you all so much. At this time, we would like to recognize veterans and those who are currently serving in our military. So when I call your name, if you're here, you can stand up with your family. So we'll get started. Harold Dean Alexander, Army National Guard, Specialist 5, 10 total years, and is related to Hannah Winters. Richard Berg, Technical Assistant, Army, 9 years, Air Force, 6 years, and related to Isabella Berg. Kenneth Broadwell, Airman First Class E3 in the Air Force. He served 8 years and is the father to Seth Broadwell. Dean Brown, Staff Sergeant, Army, from 2003 to 2007, and then 2009 to 2012, and related to Amelia Brown. Jerry Carter, U.S. Marine Corps Sergeant. He served 4 years, and he is related to Hunter and Fisher Arona. Stephen Colley, Private First Class Marines, 2 years from 1974 to 1976, and the uncle to Brooklyn Disney. David Dodson, U.S. Army, served 3.5 years and is related to Megan Byer. Billy Donahue, Army Specialist, served for 5 years and is related to Macy Neal. Oh, and Billy is also a former Walker Wildcat. Awesome. Let's give him another hand. Brandon Ham, U.S. Army Sergeant, served for 16 years and is Jocelyn Ham's dad. Thomas Hamer, Marine Corps Sergeant, 8 years, and is related to Jude Hamer. Edgar Hood, Marine Corps Corporal. He served for 4 years and is related to Aiden Hood. Wayne Lacey, Lance Corporal Marines, served for 2 years and is related to Sonny Lacey and Liza Wilroth. Jim Lacey, Army E5. He served for 6 years and is also related to Summer and Liza. Alan Lawhorn, Marines, Corporal E4. He served from 1960 to 1965 and is related to Corbin Houston. Johnny Lawson, U.S. Army Specialist. He served for 2 years and is the grandpa of Ariel and Braden Harper. Josh Manley, Army Sergeant. He served for 8 years and is related to Izzy Manley. Michael Nichols, Air Force Senior Airman. He served for 6 years and is related to Max Nichols and Mrs. Nichols. David Penny, Air Force Sergeant. He served for 4 years and is related to Jude Hamer. Jeff Schreiber, Petty Officer 3rd Class, U.S. Navy. He served from 1994 to 1998 and is related to Avery Schreiber. Donald Sides, Navy, STCS. He served for 20 years and is related to Hudson Barnett. George Smith, Air Force Sergeant. He served for 4 years and is related to Ella Kate Groves. Keith Williford, Army National Guard Sergeant. He has served for 22 years and is related to Elijah Williford. Thomas Workman, U.S. Army, SP4. He served for 3 years and is also related to Hudson Barnett. these are all of the sheets that I have, but if you served in any branch of the military at any time and we did not have a sheet for you, would you please stand at this time so we can recognize you? Adults. All right, let's give everyone one last hand. Thank you so much. All right, this concludes our program. Thank you all so much for braving the cold and yucky weather to join us. If you are here as a guest and you want to take your student with you, we have a reception set up in the library. So students,